Ever wonder what really makes a town special? What gives it its heart? Well, sometimes the answer isn't in the census data or the school ratings, but on the menu at a local diner. Today we're going to dive into how the food scene in a quiet suburb, Powell, Tennessee, actually reveals something way deeper about its character, its community, and yeah, even its value.
I mean, it's the big question, right? It's what every single homebuyer is thinking about. And the answer is almost never just about the square footage or how new the kitchen is. It's about a feeling, a vibe, a real connection to the place you live.
When we're looking for a new place, it's kind of like a battle between your head and your heart. Your head has this checklist, right? The price, the schools, the number of bedrooms, all the logical stuff. But your heart, that's looking for the stuff that makes you actually want to stay. The community, the lifestyle, that feeling that you belong. And that's really where our story begins.
So let's head over to our case study, Powell, Tennessee. Now, on the surface, it might look like a lot of other suburban communities, but if you dig just a little deeper, you find this incredible, vibrant scene of locally owned restaurants. And trust me, that has a way bigger impact than you might think.
Okay, so to really get why this all matters, let's go on a quick tour of what the town is serving up. Because the menu here, it really tells you a lot about the community itself.
First up, you've got the soul of the place, classic Southern comfort food. We're talking amazing fried chicken, desserts made from scratch, the kind of food that becomes a weekly tradition for families. And oh, they take breakfast seriously here. Think about those classic family-owned diners. They're basically the town's living room, where all the local news gets shared over a strong cup of coffee.
The pizza scene is another big deal. It's super competitive, with all these independent shops that are the go-to hubs for family dinners and, of course, for the Little League teams celebrating after a big game.
And you can't be in East Tennessee without talking about barbecue. It's practically a rule. The local spots are totally woven into the community, always catering school fundraisers and town events. And rounding it all out, you have these beloved, family-run Mexican restaurants. If you ask a local where to get a great casual meal, these are always at the top of the list.
So yeah, Powell has some fantastic food, we get it. But the real story here isn't about what's on the menu, it's about why this whole local food scene matters so much to the town's identity and, believe it or not, its value.
And this brings us to this really cool concept called third places. Think about it. Home is your first place, and work is your second place. A third place is everywhere else you go to connect, to hang out, to build community. And in Powell, these local restaurants are the ultimate third places. They're like the unofficial town square.
And that's what really sets Powell apart. You know how so many suburbs feel kind of cookie-cutter with the same chain restaurants on every corner? Powell's thriving independent scene gives it a unique personal character. It's a place where the owners know their customers by name, and that creates a genuine small-town feel.
This creates this powerful, self-reinforcing cycle. It starts with the locals being fiercely loyal to their spots. In return, those restaurants invest that support right back into the community, sponsoring school programs and sports teams. That, in turn, creates these great places where neighbors actually connect and build relationships. And all of that together forges a really strong community identity. This quote from the source material just hits the nail on the head. It says, "The food scene isn't just a nice little perk. For many people looking to move here, it's a key ingredient in what makes Powell actually feel like home." So this all leads us to the big question, right? We've talked about community and feelings, but can a really good taco spot actually have a real, tangible effect on something like property values?
Well, the answer is a little bit of a yes and no. Is there a direct impact, like will your home appraisal literally go up by $1,000? No, not really. But is there an indirect impact? Absolutely. And it's a powerful one.
So here's how it works. A vibrant local scene just makes a neighborhood more desirable, a place people genuinely want to live. This attracts people who want to put down roots and invest in their community. That creates loyalty and stability, which, at the end of the day, leads to steady, long-term demand for housing. See how it all connects?
Let's just break that connection down visually. You start with a great feature, like a strong local food scene. That has an impact. It makes the neighborhood way more desirable. And the result of that is steady housing demand. Same thing with the town's unique character. That impacts who moves in. It attracts long-term residents. And the result is that their stability helps support property values over time. It's a clear chain reaction.
So here's the big takeaway. A neighborhood's restaurant scene is so much more than a list of places to get a bite to eat. It's really a reflection of the community's heart. It's a window into its character, its health, and what the people who live there truly value.
And that leaves us with a final thought. If you really want to get the true feel of a new place, a place you might one day call home, maybe your first stop shouldn't be the open house. Maybe it should be the local diner right down the street.